Everybody so serious. Only thought of taking on emotions. Poker face, I wasn't really good at it. So come on, baby, let it loose. Now the sun is fading. Melodies echoing back in my head. Remember how we used to be so innocent. Oh well, what about it? Everybody so serious. Only thought of faking no emotions. Poker face, I wasn't really good at it. So come on, baby, let it loose. Now the sun is fading. Melodies echoing back in my head. Remember how we used to be so innocent. Oh well, what about it? Why do I feel the need to explain myself? the sun is fading.